Review copy provided by Sega and Atlus of America. If you missed out on playing Catherine, then you missed out on one of the most unique video games of the last generation. Catherine Full Body revisits the cult classic with a new character, new puzzles, and plenty of new content. Catherine dives into a story unlike any other, dealing with mature themes that are rarely tackled in video games. You play as Vincent, a man in his early 30s working in the tech industry and dating Catherine. That's Catherine with a K. She works in the clothing industry, and after dating for 5 years, she feels like she's ready to settle down with Vincent. He, on the other hand, isn't so sure. Vincent enjoys his free time, like going to bars with his friends after work. While he loves his girlfriend, he's unsure of settling down. Things only get further complicated when the girl named Catherine, that's Catherine with the C, asks to grab a drink with him. Where Catherine with the K is more old-fashioned and traditional, Catherine with the C is a carefree bombshell. Things escalate quickly, and Vincent finds himself cheating on his girlfriend, leading to one grand story of lust, sin, and morality. New to this narrative is Rin, a young pink-haired girl. Vincent runs into her one day as she's wandering around town with amnesia. She plays an interesting third pillar role, but for the sake of this review, I'll keep that a secret. Rest assured, her addition to the story is well worth, and the new scenarios added to the previous version of Catherine make the story well worth experiencing again. While its story is the incentive and foundation for Catherine, the puzzle and dating simulator gameplay shouldn't be overlooked. In fact, it's incredibly challenging and intuitive. Catherine's campaign is broken up into days where Vincent spends his free time drinking with his friends and then jumps into these nightmares by the night. Outside of his nightmares, Catherine plays a lot like a dating simulator. Vincent drinks, talks to his friends, and hangs out with the other customers at the bar. Occasionally he'll get a text from one of the Catherines leading to Vincent to act either chaotic, neutral, or lawful. These choices are then represented by the morality meter that appears throughout the campaign. These slower parts of the gameplay provide the most depth when it comes to story. We learn more about what Vincent is thinking, the outside influences on his whole love triangle, and so on. Fans of developer Atlus might even peek a few fun Easter eggs here too. When the night comes and the nightmares arise, Vincent finds himself in the staircase labyrinths. This is the core puzzle gameplay of Catherine that you'll either love or dread. Start at the bottom of the puzzle as you push and pull blocks to reach the very top. It's simple on paper, but challenging in practice. Enemies get in the way, bosses chase you down with the time limit, and new blocks throw a whole wrench into it all. For example, ice blocks will slide you across the stage. Take a misstep and you'll fall off the entire stage. Bomb blocks, on the other hand, have a timer that starts when you step on them. They'll blow you up and everything else around you. They quickly change up the meta of a puzzle, adding to these tense moments of quickly acting on your feet before getting left behind. By default, the gameplay is absolutely challenging. Needless to say, I found myself constantly restarting a level to reanalyze situations I get stuck on. It was taxing for sure, but in a good way. Overcoming those obstacles time and time again became this great feeling of satisfaction. Something newly added with this version of Catherine is the ability to lower the difficulty to the point of getting rid of traps and the time limit on levels. While it gets rid of the challenge, it makes the overall story a more approachable experience for anyone just trying to see the events of Catherine. There's lots of them too, with 5 new endings added to the originals. There's plenty of reasons to load up different save points and try your luck at unlocking alternative scenarios. Outside of its campaign, you can jump online and play against other players or choose to play locally too. A challenge mode also pushes you to get the highest score to compete with others online. If by the end of Catherine you haven't had enough puzzles to satisfy you, then you'll still have plenty to do afterwards. Catherine Full Body may look similar on the surface to its predecessor, but compare the two and you'll be surprised. Full Body adds some new animations to the endgame character models and levels that liven up the atmosphere. Colors have also been tweaked to be brighter and more vibrant, helping to pop in the new 1080p 60 graphics. With this new version, the visuals weren't just upgraded, but rather the entire game was partially rebuilt on the Persona 5 engine. The result is a beautiful looking game that pops in color and maintains a consistent performance. If game developer Atlus is known for anything with their games, it's for the extensive library of fantastic original songs. Catherine is no exception. Since the moment I started playing Full Body, I had pictures at the exhibition stuck in my head. The fast tempo of the track juxtaposed with the more relaxing tunes such as Golden Show, made for a library of songs for just about every mood. Whether you're hanging out with your friends and drinking at the bar, or running away from the killer in a puzzle level as you smash that undo button. Regardless if you end up playing Catherine, you should look up the soundtrack because skipping it would be a disservice to gamers everywhere. On top of the stellar tracks, the marvelous English cast from the original game are back to reprise their roles. Troy Baker nails the undecisive tense moments as Vincent, and Laura Bailey's unforgettable performance as Catherine is as great as ever. New to the cast is Brianna Knickerbocker as Rin. You may recognize her as the English voice of Rem in ReZero. As Rin, she does a great job at capturing her cute and innocent demeanor in contrast to every other character in this game. Catherine Full Body is a fantastic revisit to the cult classic. It's a video game story unlike any other. New characters, scenarios, and endings are great incentives to replay for the story, while the challenging tweaks to the gameplay make it both fun for those seeking the challenge, and yet approachable for anyone else. Wrapped up in a new coat of paint running on the Persona 5 engine, Catherine has never looked better, and it's why now is the perfect time to play.